comes Serbs. Hi, Bubbies. Bye. He's just in time. What you doing? What you doing? It's not time yet. You got 30 minutes, bud. I heard you talking. Is it time? TGIF, yes. Oh my goodness, yes. Oh, you guys are going to get hit, aren't you, Tina? Has it already started with the snow? Oh my goodness. Adele, thank you so much. What is that, bud? Okay, guys. Give me just a minute. Serbs is not feeling well. I'll be right back. Y'all don't go away. That was one of my alarms. Y'all don't go away. I'll be right back. I got to take care of Serbs. All right, Serbs. Come on. Let's go. Go. I'm here, y'all. I'll be right there. Serbs has not been feeling well today. That's the second time he's thrown up. So sorry about that. I don't know what's up with him. I really don't. Anyway, I'm here. Thank y'all for hanging tight with me. Crafting with Love. Hello. Good to see you. I don't know who that is. Hello. Tell me how I know you. I've met several people recently that are connecting with me on the internet. So Tank was here earlier. I'm not sure she's going to be here. She's going to try. Jolene is here. Whew, out of breath. Annie's here. Tina is here. Rosie is here. Hi, Rosie. Pam, good to see you. It's been a while. I'm so glad you're here. There's Joyce. How's it going, Joyce? Vanessa, good to see you. Hello, Adele. And I was going to play something for Adele. Let me play that because I found it. Yeah, we do. It's pumpkin concentrate or whatever. It's in a can. It's near the fruits. That's Mr. Fiber. He's asking me if we had any pumpkin. He's going to give him some. Hey, Joan. How are you today? We're all discombobulated. There's Bree. Good to see you. There's Leanie. I don't know if she's on the TV. She didn't say that. So hi, Leanie. There's Frozen. How's it going? Are you getting that cold weather, Frozen? Maribel. Kathy, good to see you. I know you had some snow. Hey, there's Laura Who. Sup? There's Mandy. Good to see you, Mandy. Lorna. Hi, Lorna. Oh, Kathy G is here. Oh. Huh? Yes. Just give him just like a couple spoonfuls is probably all he'll eat. Cerberus, go see Dad. Go with Dad. We're trying to get this all worked out. Hunkering down, she says. Yes, polar vortex. Crafting with love. Roseanne is here. Good to see you, Roseanne. Hi, Sally. Vanessa, did I say hi, Vanessa? Sarah Bear. She's going to work tomorrow, so she's gotta go rest. I know. Bless his heart. He hasn't acted bad. He just has thrown up. So I don't know what it is. I don't know. Hey, Patty. Good to see you. Hey, Matt. How do I do it? Hey, Matt. And Rebecca. Oh, you took Rebecca off of there. She said, no, it's your channel, right? It was awfully good visiting with y'all the other day. There's Laura. Knit for Brains, Laura. There's Shannon. Shannon did some beautiful arting today. Beautiful arting. Hi, Lori. Good to see you. I do not. I have not watched that. I have yet to watch that. You're new. Well, I'm glad you're here. Thank you so much. I'm an enabler. What did I do? What did I do? I'm watching to see how your new programming is going to go, Matt, because I think it's really cool. On the TV this week. Okay. She's on the TV, y'all. You did go out? Yeah. We were 71 today. And the wind blew like a mother all day. Tomorrow, I forget what it's supposed to be tomorrow, but it's going to be colder than the well diggers. You're welcome. Hey, Elizabeth, good to see you. I'm getting close to the bottom, y'all. Hang tight. I'm getting there. It's going good, she says. Oh, people are hitting them up, are they? They had a lot of sales, so they may have just gotten behind because they had a whole bunch of sales around the first of the year. Hi, Tamara. Good to see you. Yes, we do have a cold front coming. It may hit you first because she's in Oklahoma. Yes, Pumpkin. I keep it on hand. Oh, well, I'm so glad. Hey, Deneen. Good to see you. Nobody asked me yet. I think they all forget when we hang up the line. You know what I mean? There's Mishi. Oh, guten Abend. She says hello. Snowy where? In Colorado. Mm-hmm. Yep, it's already started. There's Cast Iron Skillet Granny. How is it going, Granny? She's over here in Texas with me, too. Looks like Mr. Fiber left the light on, but it looks pretty, doesn't it? Oh, here he comes. Yeah, that'll work.
I'm not asking if it'll work. I'm asking if you have one.
A rubber band ball. Did he eat it?
Yes.
Okay, good. That'll work. Good job, bud.
No treats for you.
Dad has spoken. He's waving. That's a rare appearance from Mr. Fiber. You got those pencils? Which ones? The Castle pencils. Oh, which set did you get? Bought Hatapalooza? Which one was it this week? I did one, but I don't know which one. She's on the TV too. Okay. Wow, y'all haven't cooled off yet this evening. Oh my goodness. Hi, Terry. Good to see you. Yeah, you're definitely going to have some. Annie's going to be -9 Tuesday. Whew, goodness gracious. Hey, Jean's here. Jean, it's so good to see you. I'm so glad. Okay, me or Mr. Fiber? Which one? He's bundled up in his bathrobe. Chelsea got him that bathrobe several years ago, and it has been fan-friggin-tastic. Oh, you're visiting your mom? Hi, Sandra. Good to see you. 35 degrees there, so it has hit the freezing mark. Yes. Oh, turn the light out. That sounds good. Hey, Mimi's here. Good deal. And Tina. Wow, we have a full house tonight, don't we? Man, you got both of them. You got the 72 and the metallics. You're going to love them. You are going to love them, Matt. Have you played with them yet? You're going to love them. You're welcome. It's good. I'm so glad you're sitting in, and all of the men like Brett that sometimes listens with Laura or anybody else that listens. Hi to you guys too. Hello to everybody. We're equal opportunity around here. Absolutely. Okay, did I get everybody? If not, oh, there's Cindy. Cindy's here now. We can start. She's had a big day too. And 3 color books. Now, did you get color books from them or did you order them from somewhere else? Did you do Castle Arts or did you do Amazon? Yes, that's about how well we were. Let me look and see what we're going to be tomorrow because I do not remember. And tell me how many of you are doing a blanket with us. Are you doing the scrap blanket with us? I'd like to know how many of y'all are doing that. Okay. It's going to be, let's see. Come on. Oh, we have a winter cast. Going to be 35 tonight, 44 for a high tomorrow, and 19 tomorrow night. 34 for a high on Sunday with 18 at night. And then 38 and 16, 44 and 25, 52 and 28. So the overnights are going to be pretty darn frigid. But our lowest one is around 34. Now, are we going to get any precip with that? I don't know. They're saying late Monday evening, Monday night, we might get some snow. But we shall see. I know that when I was talking to Chelsea earlier, she said they're supposed to get snow in Louisiana. They're predicting snow there. So won't that be fun? Oh, your hands are cramping. I'm sorry. Whew. Really cold. And feel like 28, minus 28. Yes, and feel like minus 28. It's bone chilling out there. Y'all aren't going to be going. I hope y'all got your groceries. We went and got groceries yesterday. And tomorrow morning, I'm going with, well, if it gets to Louisiana, it still might get to you. We're in the deep freeze. It is January. It is January into February, which is where some places who don't usually get it in December get it. So, you know, I mean, we did. Let me show you what my blanket looks like. I have not shared my screen yet. Here we go. You did make it, Hope. Good to see you. Glad you are here. Aw. Glad you're here. Okay, this is where I'm at so far. I went back with that gray again. So I did a chain of 144, and then I did 2 rows of half double crochet in the gray, and then I did a row of half double crochet in this James C. Brett, and then I did that half double crochet decrease that I did, and then another row of half double crochet. So basically I'm putting half double crochets in between all the stitches. Thank you. It's looking good. I like the way it's laying and everything, and the feel of it. It's good. Then I went to half double crochets again, and then that other stitch, which is basically half double and single, and then it's all in one stitch. So anyway, and then half doubles again, and that's where I'm at now. And now I'm going to put in this scrap, which is my very favorite yarn, Heartland, although there's very few I don't like. And this one is called Grand Canyon. I think that'll look good mixed. And I'll probably start with a row of half double crochets, and then I think I'm going to do moss stitch now. So I'll be doing single double, come back and do the opposite, and then do a row of half doubles. That's my plan. Okay, I got my medicines here and my snack, y'all, and I need to go ahead and do my snack also. So I hope y'all don't mind. I mean, we started with Serbs and an upset stomach, so we're just going to roll with it, right? Everything is right now I'm using is 4-weight or Aran, whatever you want to call it. Hi, Bridget. Good to see you. You're not feeling well? Well, you and Serbs. He doesn't feel good either. I'm sorry. Hi, Lori. Opening the mail. You got your swear word coloring book. Oh, yay. We haven't started the swearing coloring yet. Yes, y'all got to bring your own snacks around here, though. Got to bring your own snack. Now, the tea tonight is puka, lemongrass, and ginger. Did it focus on it? No. Anyway, lemongrass and ginger with honey. Well, I felt like I might have had a little bit of a cold after last Friday. But anyway. Also, I got mail today. Hey, Connie. Good to see you. Thank you for coming. And I want to say thank you, Sherry. This is from Sherry. Sherry sent me a thank you. Look at this guy, y'all. Can you see? I love it. It's a stitch marker. Now the other one fell off, but don't worry, Sherry, because you know I can put it back on. And it's a pair of scissors, the stork scissors. But if you see this, don't worry. I'll put it back. It says, thank you so much for the goodies that you sent me. So kind of you, Yarny friend Sherry Knowles. It's a very pretty card. It's going to go great in my journal that I'm going to be making. And she sent me some stickers. Crochet all day. Wherever life plants you, bloom with grace. Be curious and not judgmental. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Sherry. It's very sweet of you to send me that. Very, very thankful. When I get happy mail, just so thankful. And then also, I got something from Laura. But yeah, I did order it. And I know y'all want to see that. I don't know how many of you took advantage. This was what broke my yarn diet. I don't know how many of you got in on this. There was a limited amount, but she's going to be doing another limited amount. I can't remember what the particulars are. Open the goodies, they say. Okay, you ready? It's peeking. Oh, this is yarn dyed by Laura, you guys, of Knit for Brains. Oh, Laura. It is so pretty. Oh, it's so pretty. Look at all of that. Ooh, look at that there. Ooh, look at the speckles. Girl, you got the speckles down. I love them. I love speckles. This is the Valentine's Bear. 75 superwash, 25 nylon, 100 grams, 462 yards. It's Knit for Brains Designs on Etsy. She's very talented. She doesn't do, very limited in what she does. She doesn't do a whole lot. And y'all, don't look at my nails. I haven't done them yet, even though I got some new colors. And there's the bear. Care Bears is one of Laura's ultimate favorites, if you don't know. Oh, he's so cute. That little... I thought maybe it moved for a minute there. Wow, that's really detailed, you guys. Oh, and there's a back. It's Care Bears. Aren't they cute? Oh, it's the perfect Valentine. Beautiful inside. That's kind of washing out a little bit, but it is like a sherbety color, like a pink sherbet. There, that's a little better. Box bottom. Oh, it's very, very nice. I love it, Laura. Oh, so pretty. And I love that you're doing these limited edition stuff. That I'm here for that. I think that's absolutely wonderful. I may not get all of them, but I like that you're doing that. It's wonderful. I think that's awesome. Who knows? Who knows if I'll break my diet again, y'all? I do not know. I do not know if I will. Beautiful Valentine. Beautiful happy mail. Okay, I took notes. All right. Now I'm going to come back. Oh, man. She's teasing me now. She is teasing me now. Hi, Shad. Good to see you. How are you, my friend? How are you doing? Are you out of the snow or in the snow? How is that going? I know it. And I can't knit it all fast enough either. Hers or Donna's. I do have my evil eye tonight. I did not put any of my other stuff on. My earrings are these little black roses to go with my black shirt. I had to go out of the house today too, y'all. Uh, I did go to see Dad. And what is my snack? I have pecans and craisins and a half a banana. I ate the other half this morning. Um, so, yeah, that's my snack. Tamra, there's Tank. You're running fever? Yes, you go to bed. Take some medicine, go to bed, Tank. I hope you feel better, hun. Aw, I hate that. I hate that. They've been sick down at my daughter's house, too. The flu going around. Everybody's got the flu and strep throat and all that stuff again. Hi, RT. How are you tonight? Good to see you. So, I started my new eating plan today. We'll be talking more about that later. But I do have to take a snack because it has something to do with blood sugar. We'll just put it that way for now. And I'll fill y'all all in. At the end, we'll talk about that while I'm opening. Oh, you can't see it. More books. So we'll talk about all the health stuff at the end. Oh, it's icing. I hate the ice. Oh, no. Oh, that really sucks. The ice is bad. Oh, how sweet, Lori. Oh. Oh. That's okay. Just because I am doesn't mean everybody else has to be. And just because everybody else is doesn't mean I have to be. Right? Okay. My notes. Let's do this thing first, okay? I know, mini books, but you're going to have to wait. You're going to have to wait because we got to talk about this first. And those that don't know, yes, I am getting close to 4K. Isn't that fun? So fun. Oh, they didn't have any. I know Walmart, Target, they carry them too. These I got from Amazon. That's an option. Just saying. But don't take them all. The book is Michael Griesbach, Indefensible. And I feel like we're pretty well. Does anybody have any questions at all about the book? I know, I would love to. I'd love to celebrate that. I never thought that in a million years. I remember watching people that had 4K and thinking, wow, if I ever got there. No. You know, Lori, I want to say that that was Carrie's idea, but I'm not even sure. I'm not even sure if it was that, or I don't think it was FiberFloozie, but it might have been. I'm really not sure, but it's one of those. Thank you. We're not there yet. Hey, Nan. It was denied. Yes. Yes, it was. She's been filing all kinds of stuff. But yes, he did go in for another appeal. And now I think the Supreme Court is the last one. It's usually your last one. And this is all normal. It's part of our rights as U.S. citizens to have our day in court. So that includes once we are convicted, we always have the option of going and having everything appealed. So it's all part of it. And so not unexpected, right? Brendan's case went all the way to the Supreme Court, even after being overturned. And he's still in jail. Everything has been exhausted for him. I don't believe that there's anything left for Brendan as far as appeals go. However, Brendan has a date for getting out. I will not be alive when he gets out of jail, I can say that. I will be really surprised if I were alive when Brendan gets out of jail. But Stephen does not have parole. So if he does not win in Supreme Court, he's not getting out. Hey, that's an important job, Laura. That is a very important job. Absolutely. I shared your patterns the other day. I don't know if Laura told you. I shared your patterns and Laura's patterns. Okay, almost done with my snack. And my medicine alarm is going to go off in a minute. The one that went off a minute ago, I'm having to set an alarm for snacks. I'm really bad about not eating until late in the day and then eating through the night. And I have to turn it around as part of my health journey. So I had to set alarms to make myself eat snacks and eat meals. It's worked for the medicine. So I'm hoping it works for this too. I'm probably going to have to set one to drink water. So this week I have been going over part 2 of Making a Murderer. In part 2 is where Kathleen Zellner shows up. Stephen gets a girlfriend in part 2, and her name is Sandy. Sandy wrote to Kathleen Zellner, and Kathleen Zellner did not answer her for a long time. And then she watched the documentary, the first one, Making a Murderer, the first one. And then she answered Sandy back. Stephen and Sandy date for a very long time. And then they break up because he thought she was too old. She thought she was too old for him. He tried to tell her it wasn't true, but it's just a whole convoluted thing. They remain friends. And then he gets another girlfriend named Lynn, who's much younger, much prettier. And in my opinion, Lynn was just there because she wanted the fame from dating this guy in jail, and then the fact that she and Sandy both went on the Dr. Phil show. So they both, whoop, there it is. They both got some fame from dating. Yeah. Well, I'm not so sure that. I think Sandy means, she's one of those that you say that she means well, but she may not be all there. Yes, new evidence actually, yes, new evidence does make a difference. But here's the thing. I learned a lot listening to Kathleen Zellner. Definitely learned a lot listening to her because she knows her stuff. She really does know her stuff. Okay. Now, the next part. Let's get Brendan out of the way too. Yes, it's both part 1 and 2 are on Netflix. And that is what part 1 is, what the book is based on. Michael Griesbach and his involvement with the case, his involvement with Stephen Avery, and he wrote a previous book about Stephen's case when he got out the first time. And I went back and listened to the end of that several times, and he definitely finished this book before the part 2 came out. And I've not seen any addendums to his book based on part 2 and that evidence. Just wanted to make that clear. So the book covers part 1 and how Michael Griesbach feels about Stephen Avery, about this case, and about Making a Murderer part 1. Now, when it comes to Brendan, we hear something about the EDPA. You're welcome, Laura. EDPA was passed in 1996 under Clinton. And it was the Anti-Terrorism and Effective Death Penalty Act of 1996. There was an effort after McVeigh and some other things that happened terrorism-wise. Hey, Debbie. Hey, Sharon. Hope you're feeling better, Sharon. To speed up the amount of time that people have before they are executed. And I'm for that. However, it changed a lot of the law. It was a reform in a way of habeas corpus. Habeas corpus it's called the writ of habeas corpus, and that is used to bring a prisoner before the court to determine if their commitment or detention is lawful. That is a short version. There's a bigger version, trust me. Because of EDPA, it changed things that had to do with Brendan and Stephen and those, like them, who are having to take their... No, you're using the scraps. I'm so glad. I have more. I'm working on more scraps, Sharon. I have more, honey. And Joan has a really good idea, by the way, that we're going to talk about also for blankets. Brendan gets new lawyers. This is somewhere in the beginning of the new series. Brendan gets these new lawyers, and they're appeals lawyers. And they come from the Center for Wrongful Convictions of Youth. And here are some of the steps. I'm not going to go into this at length, but here are some of the steps that they have taken. They took it to the state trial court. They took it to the appellate court. They have taken it to the federal district court. And when they went to the federal district court, they claimed there was a coercion of his confession and an ineffective counsel. In the U.S. District Court, it got tossed around there. And then finally, a federal judge overturned Brandon's conviction. And I don't remember what year that was. If anybody knows, you can put it in there because I don't remember. I did not write down what year it was. But even though the federal judge overturned his conviction, the state could retry him. They could let him out, or they could appeal that decision, which is what they did. And that meant that Brendan had to stay in jail while the appeal was going on. So the state appealed the decision, and as we know, nothing has happened on that yet. Well, I haven't really told you the rest of from part 2, because farther down in part 2, they do take it to the state state court, which would be the justice. They take it there, and it's seen in front of. It might have been 16. That sounds correct. And then 17 was the last appeal, and that was during part 2 of the movie, of the documentary. I believe takes place in 17. I think. And they got heard by 3 judges, and that's when it got overturned. And then they wanted to go back and be heard by all of them, which was 7. And then they lost there. And then I forget where it went. I think it went to, they asked for it to go before the Supreme Court. And I don't think that I don't remember if they heard his case. I've lost track of the end of his case, where it was. So part 2 starts with Kathleen. I'm going to bring my hands in and talk to y'all while I'm crocheting. Okay, which means I probably can't. I will try to talk to the chat, but won't be able to. And hello, Sarah. Glad you're here. And y'all, I am not an authority, so if you guys know something I don't know, or you suspect that you do, or you can help us out, absolutely. That's what we do here. It's a interactive thing we do. He's waiting for his you know what. He's not going to get that. Not tonight, Bubby. You don't feel good. So, okay. I'm going to get this attached here. I hear him over there waiting. Or I think I do. I don't know if I do, but I think I do. So Brendan went to the Supreme Court and was voted against. Okay. They voted against hearing it, didn't they, Mandy? That's what I remember, but I'm not sure if I'm right. Yes, that's what I thought. Hello, Laura. Glad to see you. Okay. All right, now I'm going to do half doubles. So we begin with Kathleen Zellner, and she speaks briefly. She's had, at the making of this, she had something like 17 exonerations under her belt. Now, just a little word about Kathleen. There was a famous case, I cannot remember the guy's name, but she was able to elicit confessions from him to get he was a serial killer. Probably the one that she's more famous for, but she was able to elicit all of these confessions and get all of these cases solved, but she wasn't able to talk about what actually happened until he passed away. And then once he passed away, she came out and told everyone what he told her. And she had some other cases that were pretty famous as well, but I don't have her roster, so I can't tell you what they all were. And I do want to say, because it does come up in the documentary, Teresa was a college student. She had lots of friends. She lived in a very nice neighborhood there in Manitowoc County. She went to Wisconsin University in Green Bay. She was a freelance photographer, and then she got this job working for the Auto Trader. And she has 4 siblings. There are 2 girls and 2 boys siblings. Very bright, very happy, very bubbly, had all kinds of friends, went so many different places. She got to visit some amazing places with her college classes that she was taking. Some very, very cool things. Now, once the documentary aired, the first part of the documentary aired, Brendan and Stephen began to get tons of mail. His mother and his mother, Stephen's mother, and Barb Janda, who is Brendan's mother, they get lots of mail. Lots of people who came out in support of Stephen and Brendan. That's when the petitions start to have them released. Mostly 4-weight. Heartland is kind of a light worsted. So light worsted to worsted. Yes. Yeah, I think there's a book on her involvement with Kathleen's involvement. Ryan Ferguson was another big one. Yes. Thank you, Lorna. That was the name I was trying to think of. That was another big case for her. Now, the hate mail and the bombardment of law enforcement, I think I spoke of that before, but it does come up again, actually in the documentary in part 2. But Michael talked about that in Mr. Griesbach. He talked about that in his book, about how awful it was for them and the death threats they got. And Ken Kratz got death threats, and the law enforcement there, who really weren't even involved, like dispatch and all that. They weren't even involved in that case, and they got death threats, and they were bomb threats that said that they were going to bomb the courthouse, and all kinds of stuff happened. Now, I decided I would come at you with what I think that Kathleen is doing for Stephen. Okay, what is he doing for Stephen? She doing for him? What does she do that hasn't been done after the documentary came out? Well, first of all, she buys a similar RAV4 to what Teresa drove. Okay, so that she can have some kind of an understanding of the car, and she hires a bloodstain expert so that they can do experiments on the RAV4. And they do lots and lots of experiments on it. Now, I will say this. It doesn't matter to me which way you feel. You may feel that Stephen and Brendan are innocent, and you may feel that Stephen and Brendan are guilty. It doesn't matter. I have my own feeling about it. I will tell you this, and that's the reason that I wanted to discuss this, and that is because when I very first listened to this documentary, I had a totally different feeling about this whole thing watching that documentary. And then I watched it a second time, and then this part 2 came out. And after part 2, then I was very confused. I wound up being not sure either way for a very long time. So it has fascinated me for a while, okay? And the documentary is for me, it's a big example, okay, of how things can be portrayed and you're not getting everything. Just like we don't get everything that the jury gets in a case, because we're not there. We're not in the jury room. We don't see the evidence that they see and all of that. Okay. Now, I believe that Stephen killed Teresa, and I believe that Brendan had something to do with it. And now I'm working more on what I think happened in my mind, as opposed to what the documentary portrays and kind of leads you towards. Okay? That's where I'm at. I do too, Mandy. I think that was it. Yeah, like John Bonet? Absolutely. Absolutely. The interview room is talking about John Bonet right now. If you all are interested, he has been doing some lives where he's breaking down the John Bonet case. It's been pretty interesting. I haven't seen all of it. For me, Kathleen and her team do some experiments in the RAV4, and they take a dummy and they are throwing this dummy in and out of the rear cargo after putting fake blood in the dummy's hair. They have weighted the dummy to be like Teresa, to be about the same weight. The dummy is about the same height. They make her hair about the same length. And they take this dummy and they throw her up into the back of the RAV4 because there was blood stains, and a blood stain analysis for the state said that some of those stains in the cargo were from hair having been pressed, that was full of blood being pressed against the cargo area. A lot of this first half of part 2 that I have taken notes on, because I've only gotten as far as part halfway through it with my notes. I've watched it twice, and now I'm doing notes. That's just what I do, y'all. I watch these things over and over again. I think Stephen and Brendan carried the body, because the experiment that Kathleen did with one person, she couldn't get all of the blood to land the same way. However, when they took the weights off of her and threw her with 2 people throwing her, the dummy landed exactly the same. So that makes me think, not that there were 2 officers doing it or whatever, but that it was Brendan and Stephen. They experimented with the touch DNA under the hood. Now, the state presented evidence that Stephen Avery's DNA was under the hood latch of the hood. And Kathleen claims that the DNA that was collected from up underneath the hood of the hood latch was too high, that there was too much DNA there, that it could not have just simply come from touching underneath there. I also think, Nan, that the prosecution's story is wrong. I think they got part of it right, and I think they had enough evidence to convict him and that he was properly convicted. However, I don't think that they know it. I don't think any of us knows exactly how it happened. But I don't think how the state portrayed it to have happened is how it happened. See, I thought the same thing. I figured it was Brendan's brother. I really did. I'm so glad to hear you guys piping in on this and letting me know how you feel about it, because I have all those same feelings. So another thing that Kathleen does for Stephen, which was pretty cool, but still pretty controversial if you ask me. I don't really know much about the field of brain testing. But she brought in a brain testing expert who hooked Stephen up, and he fed him on the screen with all of this stuff hooked up to him and everything. Hi, Katie. He fed him a whole bunch of information, and this information was supposed to be things that, if Stephen responded to some of this information, it would lean towards him knowing what happened in the murder. It seems very I feel like you should give that a very wide berth, given the kind of information that they're feeding to the person. I don't know how else to look at that. But that's kind of... Okay, Bree. Yes, me too, Mandy. I like hearing from people who are there, and from people who... I like hearing people who have listened, because that was the thing about this documentary, you know? So I like to hear that too. I think you're right. Hearing all these perspectives is amazing. Now, according to Kathleen and the expert, they claim that the results show that Avery does not know what happened to Teresa. That is what they claim. Ah, it's a fair point. That's a fair point, Nan. If they got the story wrong and he was convicted, how does that make him guilty, right? I understand. So then Zellner, she plans to submit paperwork to the court regarding new evidence and inappropriate counsel because of she feels that there was a Brady violation. So she's going off of she said, when you bring stuff before these judges, like what Brendan's case has been brought to, you have to have the new evidence, which I knew that. That is a fair point. Absolutely. That you have to have either new evidence that will show that the person who has been convicted is not guilty, or their rights have got to have been violated. And that's what the Brady violation is. And those are the two angles that she was working off of. Now, there is a judge that was supposed to look at Stephen's, that winds up getting Stephen the paperwork that Kathleen puts forward before the court. And I don't remember, but I want to say it was the district judge. She, at the time that, and this is where Stephen talks about this and feels that he was done wrong again, because he said that that same judge was overseeing a wrongful death suit by the Hall box. The Hall box, which I did not actually realize, in which case, Katie, both? I mean, I know they were in the first one. But okay. One thing I would like to say, hang on, I'll find myself again, is think about this, Brandon. Okay. And I understand where you're coming from. Think about this case this way. Whether it's Brandon, Stephen, or whatever. If you're looking at this case from the standpoint as evidence was planted and all of that, how does that happen? How does it happen that they do that and nobody knows? And they do all of those things. It's not just one thing that they say they planted. It's several. How do they do that And if the reason is because he was supposed to be up for these millions of dollars, remember there was no wrongdoing. The case went to the court, and there was no wrongdoing in the first one. Nobody got in trouble for what happened. Nobody. Now you could look at that both ways, but there was no reason that this area of this Department of Law Enforcement, they weren't under the gun, is what I'm saying. Okay, they weren't under the gun because no wrongdoing was brought after everything they did to him, and they did in the first case. No wrongdoing was done. So why would they need to do that? It's not like they were under the gun. And that's what I'm saying. I have a really hard time believing that that can happen and that nobody knows. Michael Griesbach, for one, he's got no skin in the game. And he wrote the book, Indefensible. No, I do think he was definitely railroaded on that one. They just decided to just leave him in there. Basically, on the first case, they decided that he was a bad guy. And he is a bad guy. You guys, please understand, Stephen Avery is a bad guy. This is not an innocent puppy here. Okay? Not innocent at all. He's an asshole. Asshole upon asshole, and did some asshole things. Lots of them. And he had been in jail before. There was no reason that he wasn't supposed to be in jail for what he was in jail for on a bunch of other stuff. Okay? Everybody sees him as an innocent, and he's not. Just saying. However, that doesn't mean he should have been railroaded. Okay? In the first case, yes. He had, I don't know if it was skin in the game. It was more that he wants reform. That was what he was after. He was after reform. And I just feel like, I do feel like that I don't see how they could pull it off. Let's just put it that way. I don't see how they could pull it off. It doesn't make sense to me. But that's me. And we all have opinions. And it's so interesting to me. It really is. Absolutely. A lot of trouble. And I don't know how many of you know about the things that Stephen Avery did before all that happened, before the first case. Hands? Any hands? Elizabeth said yes. Okay, yes, there was burglary. There was the car incident. She said she does. And Sandra Morris, yep. And the cat burning, yep. All of those things. True, exactly. Yes. Yes. How many of you really know what his relationship with Jody was like, or his wife? He abused his first wife. He told the kids, he wrote to the kids and to the wife while he was in jail the first time, told the kids he was going to kill their mother. He said some nasty things in letters and things to her, but he was mean to her before he went to jail. Then he sexually molested one of his nieces and another person who lived in town. And Jody tried to kill Jody, put his arms around her neck one night and had choked her out, and then drug her out and put her in the truck and said, I should just get the gun and kill you. Now, these things were not allowed in for the second trial. Understandably so. And I'm not making the point that they should have been. Understandably so. They would have been prejudicial. And to your point also, Mandy, is that he chose not to do any programs. And he has still chosen not to do any programs while he's in jail. Nothing. He's chosen not to do anything, even though he has issues. Proof of what? Yes. And I think that's that. And yeah, and I think that's what happened with Brendan. Yes, absolutely. And he took advantage of Jody because she drank. Jody was an alcoholic and did not. And the night that she stood up for herself is the night that he choked her out and almost killed her. And she told, now, how much of this is true? Only Jody knows, right? Although Jody's daughter has also given statements and has told law enforcement what she saw him do to Jody. And she was underage when she gave her all of this. So there's a lot of corroboration for what he did to Jody. Yeah, I know. There are, but he did try to kill Jody. Yes, he did. It's on record. It is on record, just saying. Okay, let me go back to my notes now. She's doing the brain testing. So the judge that was supposed to look at this paperwork and make some sort of a ruling on whether there was new evidence, right? Ruled against them. Zellner also talks about the dogs and thought that the car, which would be Teresa's car, had been planted where it was from the back side of the berm that ran along the side of the salvage yard. That was her theory. But she has several theories, and her theories change throughout the documentary. Just saying. She changes and she finds somebody else that she wants to blame, and then she changes her mind about that, and she's doing what she said she would do. She's going through all these scenarios. She said that the RAV4 was damaged by hitting cars that were blocking the way into the Avery yard. This was another one. Yes, that's true. Jody's mom had custody of her. Yeah, and her mother did. There was also testimony from her mother. I don't see where the RAV4 being damaged by someone trying to park it and then going out and coming at it from inside the berm. That doesn't make sense to me either. I think it is possible that Stephen might have and Brendan were in it and drove it and did that themselves, because her light from her car was inside of the vehicle, had been taken off and was inside the vehicle, and there was some like a color of paint kind of on it. You've actually, I will look into it though. I will, because I have not finished reading everything myself. Yeah. So then Kathleen brings in a body burning expert. Now, I don't know how else to say that. I think and that's true. Her DNA was not on the keys, but his was. And I do know now, Katie, you know that DNA can be, her DNA can be put on top of it. This is so, I learned a lot watching the DNA expert that spoke for, God, she spoke for hours and hours and hours. And it was the, oh, hell. Can't think of the case now. Tara Grinstead, in the Tara Grinstead case. And I watched that expert, I watched that trial, and it doesn't always show up. It's entirely possible for one person's DNA to show up who was the last one to be touching it. Because the touch DNA is a weird thing. Yeah, and I understand. I understand why it would make you question. I do. So according to the body burning expert, there wasn't enough fuel for a fire that the prosecution talked about. Okay. He said there wasn't enough ash to have been a powerful enough fire to have consumed the body to the point where it was found, and that there was no residual stain, that there should have been residual staining in the pile itself from where the body broke down. But, and this is where I say the prosecution did not do their job, or somehow this stuff is not out there and they don't or it's out there and they don't talk about it. But more than once, they have talked about the fact that the prosecution, the team, did not document. So they don't have pictures of the burn pile and all of that, is what they're saying. Now, I don't know if that's true or not. So But Kathleen Zellner brings that up, and her expert brings up that there was no documenting that. Yeah, that's true. I don't know if it did though. And yep, that is true too. No DNA in the trailer, the mattress, the floor, the garage. I think it's a new mattress. Or I think the mattress was covered. There were bags that were burned, and her clothes were burned in the fire. And I anyway, we'll get to what I think. I'm just telling you what I think. I love hearing what y'all think. This is awesome. However, the burn expert did say that this can happen, the consuming of a body can happen in a burn barrel. Okay. They claim, her team, Zellner and her team, that there's been this theory that the bones were moved. And when they looked in all of these barrels, there were bones in the one barrel behind the Janda place. She speaks with her team who checked timelines for things, and there was a little timeline mess up in there. Not mess up. There was some suspicion that came from the timeline where the burn barrel where they found bones, they didn't find bones the first time that they looked in that barrel, that the first time that they examined that barrel, they did not find the bones. But then 2 days later, they found bones in that barrel. And that on the timeline, they showed that police officers and investigators, that they documented that they had gone to the owner of the quarry and that they examined a burn barrel at the quarry. So Zellner begins to point fingers at other people. Part of her job is to point fingers at other people, because that's another thing under what she called the Denny Act. So under Denny, there was 3 things that you can show about someone so that they have a connection to the case, and some other things that will show that they are a viable other suspect, to bring doubt to your own client's case. It brings doubt to their case. He was found dead, or is he the one? Because I know that someone took their life. Did he take his life? I want to say that someone in this case, related to this case, took their own life. And I may have that confused with another case. I do have dyslexia, and I have remembering problems. As part of my dyslexia, I don't remember shit, okay? That's why I take a lot of notes. And I don't always remember everything that way. Now she begins a new theory. Okay, she goes after the owner of the quarry, whose name was Redaunt, and she actually goes on a drive with him and listens to him, and she rules him out herself and continues to bring doubt of law enforcement with that one. Thank you, Tina. Then she begins a new theory with the blood in the RAV4. Okay, going back to my hands. I got to work on something here. I got to do my hands while I'm doing this. Yeah, that's true. Or anywhere. Don't get charged anywhere. It's fascinating to me. I just really hope I don't ever get charged with anything, because it's really, I do think that our system is, the way that it was set up is set up to favor prosecution. And I think all lawyers would tell you that. Okay, thank you, Nan, because I thought that's what that was. I believe that's what I had heard too. Thank you. And I hate that, right or wrong, whether he was right or wrong. I hate that anybody lost their life. Okay, then we have Stephen says he cut his finger on the 3rd of November. That he got blood on the sink and the floor in his trailer. He says that night he saw taillights. He and his brother both saw taillights. He and his brother left and they went to a store. I don't remember what the store was. And while they were gone, he claims that someone cleaned the sink. That when he came back, the sink was cleaned up, the blood was gone. And he claims that that's where they got the blood, not from the vial from the previous, but from his sink. And he has said that for a long time, that he thought that's what it was. Okay, now I'm going to do the moss stitch. So that is single crochet and then double crochet. And then on the return pass, I do the opposite. I double in the single and single in the doubles. If you're following along with me. So Zellner goes to the trailer and she actually pulls his actual sink out of the trailer and she does tests on the sink. She does not test the sink for Stephen's DNA. She tests the sink to see if the blood could be taken from the sink, if that was something that was possible. Hi, Thrifty. Yeah, major in the minors. Yeah, right? Good to see you, Thrifty. They drip blood down inside the sink and they drip it along the edge of the sink because there were blood shavings, blood flakes found on the carpet, not blood drops or seepage or anything like that, but they found like flakes, and they were Stephen's blood, and those were found on the carpet, and then his blood was found on the where the key goes in. It was found there. His blood was also found on a CD in the car, and I don't know how many of you know how many places in the car that Stephen's blood was found. It was found as a drip on the side getting into the car, It was found on a CD case, and I want to say it was found somewhere near the back also. There were like at least five places where his blood was found. This is my version of a scrap in crime blanket. It's a scrappy blanket doing just different stitches. And she thinks that this is how the blood got in the RAV4, that they scraped dried blood off of the edge of the sink, and that's how they got the flakes, and that they took a dropper and they sucked some of the blood up out of the inside of the sink, and then they took it and planted it. You know, all of that seems kind of fishy for me, because the way that blood dries, the way that blood moves, and all of those things, to make all of that line up that way is just, I have a hard time getting from here to here with that also. Kathleen makes an agreement to gain access to evidence. She was going to take them she was going to litigate for the evidence, but she said it would take years to get it that way. So they decided that they would not litigate and go into that with her, and they agreed on certain pieces of evidence. Yes. If y'all don't remember, Kush was the man who he drew based on the description that she when she was, and that's part of what got him convicted of that. So the evidence that they got, there were several blood samples, and some of it they were not able to test. There wasn't enough of a sample for them to test it, and others, they don't give us a breakdown in the documentary on all of them. Night, Annie. See you later. They take the key to the RAV4 that they bought, anyway, a fresh key, let's put it that way. Hi, Angela. And they take it to the prison, and they have Stephen Avery hold it for 12 minutes, and then they test it. And the test that they do on the key comes back differently than what the state got when they tested for Stephen's DNA. When the state tested for Stephen's DNA, she says that they got, and it is in the documentary where the tech talks about it, that they got a 0.17, and Kathleen says that they got, when she did her test, that they got a 0.017. So again, her claim is that there's too much DNA, that it had to have been planted because it's too much for just a touch DNA. That's what she's talking about. So one thing that was in the documentary that I wanted to cover was, I decided to go back and look because it was interesting to me that they talked about, the expert on the stand talked about shedding and how some people shed a lot. And then the expert for Kathleen said that was an old how do you say it? It was an old thought. Someone who is a shedder. Now, this is the way I understood it. Now, maybe if Katie and anybody who else knows more about DNA is here, that somebody who sheds DNA, it means that they are actually leaving more of their DNA than someone else. They're shedding more. They're leaving more of their DNA. But the expert for Kathleen talked about someone that they were, he said that people these days talk about shedders and secretors like that's the old standard. But she didn't say secretor on the stand. A secretor is someone who actually sheds more of their own DNA. Okay, so like the alleles, their own alleles, the amount of them that is in whatever they are shedding, not the amount of DNA they shedded, but the amount of their own, what makes up their DNA is what an excretor is. But he talks about that in the same sentence, and he does not tell you that they're not the same thing. I thought that was interesting, and I had to look it up. That's as far as I got so far with this thing. I know there's a lot more. Yes, that's what Kathleen claims that it was. Did you find something somewhere else that claimed that? Okay, so now y'all know how I feel about it, though. And I know a little bit more about how y'all feel about it. I don't know. For me, a lot of the experimenting and things that Kathleen does help me lean more towards Stephen than they do away from it. I'm just saying, that's how I see it. It helped, for me at least, I feel like it leans more towards him or against him than away from him. Okay, we ready to do the books? Are we ready to open the books? I will say that I have started again listening to our next book that we are going to do, which is, okay, Joan. Oh, and then I want to say what that the okay, Nan. The idea here is, okay, Indefensible, if you look at the book that we're doing, so based on the book cover, Indefensible, dag burn it. All right, I got to find it in a different way. It's not showing up in my list. So this is the book cover. For Indefensible from Audible, and this is the one that we're talking about. Okay, so based on that cover, how about this? Yes, I knew that too. I knew that that was another thing. Yes, and her family too. Yeah, can you imagine that every time it just drags it up? And I hate that. I just hate that. But they are solid. They are solid in their support for her. Yeah. Hi, Chels. She's here for the books too. She has some books for me. We're trading, you know. So here's the idea. Tell me what y'all think. You make a square that looks, it is the same colors as our book covers when we cover with the books we cover, okay? You make two squares and you send me one, and or you can just make one, whatever, but send it to me and I will send it to Warm Up America where they will put them together, but I'll show them here. And if I make two, I can put my own blanket together based on the squares that look like the books we cover. What do you guys think of that idea? Oh, okay. Good night, Mimi. She's been quiet. Okay, okay, your baby brother. Well, hello to him too. You take care. I know you were kind of quiet tonight. Great idea, she says. Okay, are y'all up for that? It would be. Okay, so let me tell you, we'll talk about this some more. Yeah, the how big of a square. Hold on just a minute. I have the donation form for Warm Up America. And they call them sections. And the sections need to be 7 inches by 9 inches. I don't know what that is in centimeters, but a 7 by 9 section or granny square. And that, and yes, and I would say we would use a 4-weight yarn. Yes, a 4-weight yarn and probably an H hook or an I hook. Which one do you all think with a 4-weight yarn? What are you the most comfortable with? Because we need to agree on that. I'm more comfortable with an I hook with 4-weight, but actually I'm using a J now. But and we can call it our book club blanket. Yeah, I like the J too, Chels. But 7 by 9 is what we're going to do in a 4-weight. And where our first square should look those colors that I showed you. Good night, Laura. Yes, I'm hoping to be here tomorrow. I sure am hoping to be. Yes, 7 by 9 with a 4-weight yarn. And really, if it's 7 by 9, I would say you could probably get there with whatever, right? It does give more drape. Yes, it will be a little drapier, more open with a J. I would say an I, as just as a, you know, yeah. But if we get a 7 by 9, we'll be happy, right? And then our next book is going to be Murder in the Bayou. I don't know if you'd heard that, Chels. The first time that that it was brought to my attention that there was something called Murder in the Bayou was from my son-in-law, Orlando. And at the time, he had, I think it was HBO I believe it was HBO that I watched at their house, actually. There is a documentary series for Murder in the Bayou. But the book is by Ethan Brown. Yes, that's the next book. And this will be your cover, just for reference. Let me show it this way too. It's kind of like a greenish gray with a yellow like caution tape. It's on Paramount now. Terry says it's on Paramount now, Murder in the Bayou. Yeah. It's not cheating if you want to watch the documentary. The documentary is very close to his book. So anyway, he used to work at the same newspaper where my son-in-law used to work. So Ethan Brown did. Or something like that. There was a connection somewhere. So that's our first two squares, y'all. I know. Now it's books. I even cleaned out my trash can because I get a lot of trash in there when I do these. Okay, and I'm going to give you my health update. Before we start, I usually try to find out all the places that we can watch it. And you do. Yes. Yes, Katie, you do. I've got one from Laura that has Crime Night on it. But we need caution tape bags. Absolutely we do. Okay, here's our 3 packages. This is our bookcase. But here's our deals. Oh, pretty sure I have this one. Dog Days. Oh, and also the one that is Night of the Living Dummy. The reason that there are so many of those and that it's on 2 different places on here. Where did I put it? Did I throw it away already? I'll show you in a minute. The reason is because one of those is glow in the dark. So I've been checking them. And just so you know, if I sent you one, it's not glow in the dark. Because I checked. I'm trying to find a glow in the dark one. Oh. Got another Roald Dahl. BFG. Okay, I went to my primary doctor twice this week, and I went to 3 other doctors this week. And the main takeaway that I can give you from all of my doctor's visits is that I'm doing a lot better. My blood work all looked really good. Oh, L.J. Smith, The Vampire Diaries. So these are dupes. I have these already. Paramount Plus for sure has it. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. So when I went to, let's see, let's start with the cardiologist. That one, it didn't go badly, but I saw the main cardiologist for that office, the one I saw when I first went there. He upped my medication. So now I'm going to be taking more of the propofol, which is Rhythmol. So that's the one that helps to control the rhythm of my heart. I have paroxysmal fibrillation. And I must say this, knock on wood, because I have not had an episode in 1 month. 1 month. However, he has referred me out now to a surgeon because he wants me to discuss with the surgeon getting ablation. Yeah, I'm collecting all the specialists. I sure am. Yeah, I don't know what the hell. I feel like I'm a little ahead of the game. Tina, I feel a little ahead of the game, on my collecting. So I am a candidate for ablation. Ooh, I got Clueless again. I do have one of these, but this one is harder to get. Specialist bingo. Yeah, I should put them all on there and cross them out. I'll get a bingo by now. I've been to enough of them. And, oh, this is the one with that. Oh, did I get my... Oh, that's in there. Our bookmark is purple. And what did we get? Ooh, Goosebumps. This is the one. Okay, this is the one we keep getting and is in 2 places on our deal, because there are select ones of these that are glow in the dark. So let me hold it up to the light. I'm holding it up to the light. Let's see if I can open this one with one hand. Look at me. My arm's in the air. And oh. Okay, hold on. I don't think so. I don't think so. Doesn't look like it. But see, it's in 2 places here. It's here, the legendary, that's the glow in dark one. And it's down here on the back side as a common, because the common ones do not glow in the dark. Fake candy slugs, how fun. I haven't seen that. Where did you find the Harry Potter ones? Matilda. And if you're wondering, it does have words all the way through. And that's what this is for. is to read the book, even though it's really kind of hard. Just saying. Kind of hard to read. Okay, nothing new yet. Last time I got... Why did I put that up? Jelly beans. Oh, I hadn't seen those. Shells, did we see those? Oh, yes, we did. Oh, yes, we did. We made... What did we make? We made a potion of some sort while I was there. I forgot about that. Okay, so that is the cardiologist appointment. And then I also went to, well, I went to my doctor and she was happy with all of my blood work. She said everything looked really good. Babysitter's Club. She told me to take some of my medicines differently than how I've been taking them because I was wrongly educated on how to take my medicines. So she told me how to do that and the things that I can and can't do. Did you meet her, Sharon? Sharon goes to a lot of the Comic-Cons and stuff like that, and she gets to meet some of those people. So we got 2 of those. Nothing new so far, but they're fun. Oh, Diary of a Wimpy Kid. Another one I already have. Oh, this may be a bust this time. She was at the November con. Oh, how fun. You said she's really nice. I forget what her name is. The one who plays Matilda. We watched that while I was at Chelsea's too. So then I went to the endocrinologist when I had 3 appointments. Oh, I had the pain doctor. The pain doctor was the first one. That was so early in the morning. And basically, he told me he's moving. His office is moving, and his office will be over by where my pulmonologist is. So I can double up on those appointments now in the same place. And then we're starting the process over again because I have to reapply, which I did. I have Mara Wilson is her name. Okay, thank you. I reapplied for assistance for the medical costs, so we'll see how that goes. Another Matilda. Speaking of Matilda. So I have to pay for all of my doctor's appointments out of pocket. All doctor's appointments, whether they're a regular doctor, primary doctor, specialist, all of those. I pay for all doctor's appointments out of pocket and all of my medications also. What they help me with is the testing. So, oh, it's another Colleen Hoover. Ooh, I think this is, did I get this one yet? This looks new. Another purple bookmark. I don't remember if I have this one, the Haunted Mask. I think that's new for me. Oh, I do not want to get my bookshelves down. Let me get back in here. Because I think I have my list. Here it is. I punched it and put it in there. Goosebumps Haunted Mask. I got it last week? What? Oh, you're right. There it is. Okay, now Chelsea said she got me a Stranger Things. Which one did you get, Chelsea? Because I have Suspicious Minds already. But there's Darkness, something Darkness. Oh. And then the Netflix one also. Those are the two I don't have. You got Suspicious Minds and Darkness. Okay, Darkness. Okay, well, I have Suspicious Minds. So Chelsea got me, she's saving it, this Darkness one. So we're going to, and what was the other one she said? Was that the two that you were talking about? Okay, Darkness coming my way. Woohoo! In case y'all do not know, there are Facebook groups for collecting these things. Okay, we got one more. We got one more. Oh, you had a nice visit, I hope, Artie. Artie. I don't know how to say it. Artie? I forget. Wow. Oh, I made my movement. Cool. I got 2 of my goals today. My movement and my standing. Chelsea, guess what? Guess what I just got? Arity. Rhymes with charity. Okay. Oh, do I have that one? Yep, Dog Man. I have that one too. And another. This one looks cool. This one has like a map. This is a fun bookmark. This Dog Man. I love these little books, like hardbacks though. These are fun. Okay. Oh, one more. One more. We're not done yet. Good night, Laura. Oh, put her right to sleep. That's awesome. And on that note, just so y'all know, I have been investigating because I've had some people ask me if I will do reading books. It's another Matilda. So these are all dupes. This one I will keep. Well, I'll keep this one unless you still want to send me one, Chels. Anyway, that's my new one. Yep. I manifested it when I marked it off. I know, but you don't get. Now, here's the thing about the Dogman books. You don't get the book. You only get the first few, like the freebie pages that you might find on Amazon. You only get those because I don't think that they got the rights to use the whole book. They only got the rights to use the first few pages. But everything else is spot on. And also, from Amazon today, I have something to show you guys. Thank you, Tammy. Oh, the Dogman movie's coming out soon. Oh, Oliver's going to be happy. Are you guys ready for what I got from Amazon? Now, Chelsea told me about this. These are books. They're little baby books. And I really like the idea that she had, which was to take the books that I read and put the cover on these. So these are little books, see? Little bitty books. So when I read a book, I can put it on here as a cover, as a book, and put it on a bookshelf. I think that'll be fun. Oh, I'm so glad, Tamara. You know, I really took a chance. Just so y'all know, I do have a picture. I'm so glad you brought that up. Thank you. I told everyone that I was doing it and that I would have a picture. So let me see. I think I took a picture of. If not, I can find it in my Amazon real quick. I thought I took a picture of them. She did a picture in our group also. This is what they look like. This is what we sent to Tammy in memory of her husband who passed away recently. And it says, you coming up, Bubby? Come on. Come on. Listen to the wind and think of me. In your heart, I will always be. So that was from all of us. I just took a chance that you would like the wind chimes. Not everybody likes wind chimes, so I just took a chance. I thought, you know. So that's what I'm thinking of doing with these. I'm thinking I'm going to put the little covers on them of the books that we read. The ones that we read here and the ones that, you know, to go along with the book theme. I'm not saying I'm going to get this done right away, but it is one of those things I really want to do. So, oh, thank you. I'm so glad you said something. I'm so happy with that. That I'm so glad I made the right decision when I went to get that. So glad. Okay. I don't know if I told you everything with my health stuff. So, possibly going to get an ablation for the AFib. Back on the list, waiting, for everything to go through and to be approved so that I can get the back procedure done. Oh, and the new health journey thing. So here's what's going on with that. As you guys know, and this is controversial also, but stick with me on this. I have been borderline diabetic for a long time. I don't seem to be able to control it on my own. In other words, eat right and lose weight and keep it off. I have the heart issues going on and lots of heart. And I'm not making excuses for what I'm going to tell you. I'm just giving you the mindset for me and my doctor for what I'm going to tell you. And that is that I'm going to be taking the Ozempic. And that will be a shot that I take once a week. And that is the reason that I have to start this plan where I'm eating these snacks, because at times it will pull the blood sugar down and you get to feeling pretty crappy. So if I start the habit now and I still have to do the work. I still have to eat right, and I still have to start moving and get some walking or some exercise in. And that's going to be my job to do. I'm hoping that it doesn't stop me from being here as much as I want to be here. Oh, nice. Your A1C is coming down. Oh, that's good. I am so glad to hear that. A friend of mine at work, and she's on it. A lot of the heart. Tammy, you are also. So we'll talk. We'll talk, Tammy. I'd like to know how you feel about it. You went to therapy today. Awesome. Rosie's got a new walker and that new machine. So she's working on getting her knee back in shape. I bought these mini brands. I bought these 5, and the 6 that I bought last week were from Amazon. And there's lots of places: Amazon, Hobby Lobby, Walmart, Michael's. Yeah. Ew. Yeah, I know that's something I have to work on. I have to be sure that I am, and I may add a fiber pill if I need to. I may add that, or like whatever I need to add for that. But I've started taking the biotin because I have a lot of hair. I'm not really worried about losing a whole lot of hair, but my nails have been really, really bad. Oh, Tina's is coming down too. That's good. You're off your blood pressure? Awesome. Caused a blood clot from the Ozempic? That is something that can happen. She did warn me of that. But the reason I went to the doctor is so that she can monitor me. Yeah. Yeah. Drink lots of water. Yes. So today I went to the grocery store yesterday. Yes. But I am at that point, Tina. I have to get the weight off. I can't keep messing around. I have to because this is, I have so many. I'm collecting specialists now. I obviously have some stuff going on. So it's time to do something. It's just time. And I don't want to do those other surgeries or any of those other things. And I don't do well by myself. So, yeah. Oh, no. Yeah. That's hard, Sharon. I hate that you've had to do that. Yes. And I know a lot of people, I did ask the question in my feed. Yes. I'm hoping it gets me down off the damn fence and I can be not have the issues of being so close and having those spikes that I've been having. Because it's not every day. It just keeps spiking. Yeah. So today for breakfast, I had, well, when I got up this morning, I've put alarms now on my phone so that I will remember to do the snacks. So she said that, because your blood sugar will drop. So I had grapes and a cube of mozzarella cheese this morning when I got up. Mr. Fiber is happy about me setting these alarms because it's been one of those things. I'm not eating in the morning and taking all those medicines, and it upsets him that I don't eat. So I have to get regular with my eating. And um, then I had some sugar-free granola with some almond milk. That was my breakfast. And then I had the chicken and vegetables that I cooked. That was my lunch. I had celery with peanut butter was another snack. You saw the snack that I had here. My supper tonight, I had a big spinach salad and I had avocado and homemade. I made my own balsamic with, I squeezed an orange and did that, and olive oil and spices and balsamic vinegar and all that, made my own dressing. So that was my supper. So that's the kind of thing I'm going to be doing, is just eating small meals throughout the day. Thank you. Thank you, Arati. It's time. And like I said, I'll be monitored with the doctor. Yeah. See, and I wait way too long before I start to eat, and then I eat way too late. Yeah, right? It's work. You get all that stuff and then you've got to prep everything, and it's work. I'd rather be doing something else. That's me. That's exactly. Yes. I did that when I was doing the low carb, and I will be doing some of that too. Absolutely. But I'm not going to be doing what I was doing before, which is eating way too many nuts because I felt like I had free reign, and way too many like lunch meats and that kind of stuff, because that's keto, right? So you can eat what you want. No, 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 no. I can't be doing that either. So that is the news with that. Um, the endocrinologist said that when I presented to him, I presented as someone who had hyperparathyroidism and calcemia, hypercalcemia, not glycemia, but calcium, too much calcium. I was dumping calcium into my urine, so that's, and my vitamin D level was high. My parathyroid was up around 142, but I'm right back down into the normal range on everything, including my glucose, which was good because that means my A1C is better than it was the last time that I went. Yeah, I'm going to be doing, I don't know about the protein drinks. I need to look into that, but I want to do the juicing. So I did a lot of juicing before, and I love doing the juicing, but that too is a lot of work. And boy, you go through the fruit and vegetables when you juice. I'm thinking I will do juicing whenever I get towards the end of the week, and I need to use some fruit and vegetable and go get some more. Do some juicing to use them up and go get a new batch. That's kind of my thought process for the juicing. We'll see, because I can drink a big old thing of juice and be happy. Just carrots and apples, and I'm happy. Thank you, Katie. Thank you. Yeah, that's the only thing about that. I've done smoothies too. I like smoothies also. It's all in the juicer that you use, I would say. Yeah, I have one of the, like they call it a slow juicer or what, like a macerating juicer, something like that. It is. It is. Yep. It won't be all the time. I have I have mixed feelings like you guys. I have mixed feelings about it. But we'll see how it goes. I just hate wasting all that stuff. I don't want it to go bad. I need to eat it and not go bad. That's my plan, but we'll see how it goes. It's just really hard here. We're at the end of the line here where we're at, where a lot of times stuff, when it gets to us, it's almost on its way out before we bring it home. I did that back in the day. I did do that back in the day, but I don't know anything about it now. And I've heard and there's a sugar free. I just don't want to do that. Whatever's in it depends on what's in it. I haven't looked to see what's in those, the sugar free ones. I use mostly monk fruit. So he said that those levels were all fine. He said that it was one of the things he was looking for. This is the endocrinologist. He was trying to make sure that I did not have this other signs that went along with that, because those readings can be a sign of cancer causing some of the problems with the parathyroid, but nothing else supports that. So he does not think that that's the issue at all. Then he said that the other thing he was looking at was some sort of an infection, and that would be something that doesn't show up, right? It doesn't show up like in regular tests. And that's why he did further testing, blood testing. And he's not seeing a sign of the infection either. There is a possibility that a lot of what was going on with me was stress. My doctor and the endocrinologist and some other people are saying it could be stress. So there are some things in my life I've had to let go. And once I did, I don't know that I can prove that. I know there's a lot of you out there praying for me, and I do appreciate it, just so you know. I know that that's true, and I know that it helps. But when I let go of that stress, I think that's when the blood work got better. So, coincidence? Maybe, but stress has a lot to do with it. Okay, so what else was I going to show you? I think that is it for tonight. Okay. We're going to call it before it's tomorrow night. I'm hoping to come back. Now the rules for the the state of mind thing. Absolutely. It's a real thing. It really is, you guys. Yes, it can. It can do a lot of damage. It will mess you up. Yes, and I think that the fibromyalgia was not helping me either with what I was feeling. The cover for Murder on the Bayou. Let me take a screenshot of that so I don't have to look it up every time again. Hold on. It's the one in the trees. The one in the trees. So if you guys want to start making your 7x9 squares, and then we're also making the Scrap and Crime blanket. Anytime that you turn in a picture of these things, you get extra entries into the giveaway. I do a giveaway on each edition of our book club, and then, you know, when we do a book, we're just talking about regular crime, that kind of stuff. If you're here, I count your name towards that. And then if you leave a comment after the live, you get an entry. And then if you turn something in or show pictures of your progress on your blanket or something like that, then you get another entry. I hope that makes sense. Yeah. Oh, it's green. Gosh, it looks like gray here. I don't know why it looks gray. But it is kind of a green background, isn't it? Yeah, it's like a greenish gray. It's like a moss, right? It's like a moss green. And then yellow. Now, to give you a little forward about what the book is, it takes place in Jennings, Louisiana, and it is about the Jeff Davis 8. There are 8 girls who are killed in the Jeff Davis parish of Louisiana, out of Jennings, Louisiana. And there's so much around it, and it's fascinating. This author gives you a lot of history, which is very interesting about that area. And I listened to it before, and I listened to it again yesterday as I was driving home, and I couldn't believe some of the history that he gives, and some of that. It's crazy. Hello, Sally. Right, but it's a contributor. It's certainly a contributor. Yeah. I don't believe that bringing your Zen and all of that stuff will stop all of our health issues. Yeah. I don't believe that's, they say to get rid of your pain, you just think of something else or make yourself busy, or you do. My God, we do so much. And you know what? It doesn't stop the pain. Crocheting and knitting doesn't always stop the pain. Does it help us deal with it? Yes. Yes. But is it a distraction? Yeah. But yeah, I don't think completely getting rid of stress is going to cure you. It's not going to cure you. For sure. Okay, this is all I'm going to do on the books for a while. I don't think I'm going to order any more for a while. I think I'm going to try to cover some of those, do some of those covers. But, oh, how many do we have left here? We still have several. You've been to Jennings? Cool. So I want to give away one of those packets. I have one of those packets that has the bookshelf and some books and one of the little and then I can pull a couple of the bookmarks that Chelsea and the boys made. Music helps. I had heard that it does. Yeah. I think there's a lot of things that help. I just don't, but I think she's right. I don't think they completely go away. Okay, I'm marking the chat, and we're going to put. Let me think of what word. How about Matilda? How about the word Matilda? Because that's one of them. Got this one, and Chelsea wrote on the back, make today count. And yeah. That's another thing is my back. I have a feeling that's going to get put off too. I was trying to get a little one that had something on it, but it doesn't. I guess I gave away all the ones that the boys did that had something on them. So we'll do this one to go with it. And it's from, this one is one that Oliver did, and it says, just be happy. And there's a little dog. So we'll do those two. And then whoever wins can tell me what kind of a sticker they want. I still have some of our Stitch and Crime ones. Still have a few of those left. Y'all ready? How many did we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7. Okay. A number between 1 and 7. Hello, Bonnie. Good to see you. Okay. Oh, man. The number was 7. Did you hear 7? And I think that's Laura. What stickers do you have, Laura? What stickers do you have already? I don't know what I've sent you. Yes. Knit for Brains. Yeah. Do you have one of these yet? You have the crime. Okay. How about, did you get one of Serves? Serves is on the bone. No. Okay. Okay. We'll send you a Serves is on the bone. Did you want a snarky one? I have some snarky left. I have lots of snarky left. I do these main stickers I have made through Sticker Mule. I'm going to be less condescending to people. Condescending means, talking down to people. And how about this one? Have the day you deserve. And I know you have this shirt, yet despite the look on my face, you're still talking. I know you have that shirt. I love this one. I love this one. I'm actually not funny. I'm just really mean, and people think I'm joking. Too bad. Okay, I don't know anybody else. I don't know anybody else that would put this on there. This is one for a cup. Okay, I just need to know if you would take it to put on your cup. Or somebody, maybe you know somebody. You know anybody who needs it? Okay, that's it. Do I have more? You drink that sometimes? Yeah. Oh, God. Okay, y'all, that is all I got for tonight. I will see you tomorrow. Sometimes we have to drink that, you know it? I'm so glad y'all got Lori got her book too. Oh, yeah, we've been here for a couple hours. Yes, you guys have a great night. I have a lot to show you tomorrow. Tomorrow may just, I don't know how much we will get done in our planners. I have stuff to show you. I got a box that I got from someone's D-stash, and I have I want to show y'all those things that I got from Mary. 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock tomorrow. The stuff from Mary so that I can put it away. And then I got some stuff from Amazon. Yes, that's what I'm going to show you, Laura. I'm going to show you what you need to buy. I think there's at least one thing. There's at least one. And I'll put some more of these little kits together. So yeah, that was fun. And I'm going to go do my nails. You finally got your stickers. What you mean? What do you mean you finally got your stickers? You mean like happy planner stickers, that kind of thing? Yes, 8 o'clock Central. 8 o'clock Central, Bonnie. Okay, I love y'all. Have a great night, and I will see you tomorrow. If you don't see, I will try to post the live. Oh, cool. But if you don't see it pop up, then for whatever reason, then I won't be here. So that's just that easy. If you don't see the live posted, then I'm not coming on for some reason. I am going with Dad in the morning to Walmart to finish my list of things that I didn't get the other day at the grocery store and to help him get his stuff. So, and then back to his house for a little while and visit with him, and then I'm coming home. So hopefully I will be done and I will be here. All right. I love y'all. Good night. Y'all take care, okay? I know it's going to be really cold tomorrow. It really is. Okay. I'm going to play some stuff for you so everybody can say goodbye, although you've already done that. I'm still going to play it, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye.